the tone, 13 hours, 54 minutes, coordinated universal time.
Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And what I want to do this morning, and I actually started 3 hours ago trying to do it. It's unbelievable when I think the world is coming to an end. And what my problem was, I'm still having problems with my computer that I use to record my videos. I worked about 2 days on it, cleaning it up, and hoping that I don't have to replace the hard drive because there's a whole bunch of stuff I'd have to reinstall on a new hard drive. So I'm kind of putting that off again. And I thought I had it working. I ran it for several hours, no problem. This morning I turned it on. I was trying to record this show, had a lot of starts and stops because I was making mistakes, and I finally got going, and I got about 5 minutes into the recording, and boop, it rebooted. So we're back, and I tried to use my little, and I'll show you now that I'm using my webcam. I tried to use this little guy. This is the Kodak ZI-8 little camera I've been using lately. The problem is it's fixed focus, and it's got two focus fields. One is close-up view, which you have to be within 6 inches, and the other one is a back view, or backed up away from the object, and there you have to be 3 feet away from the object. Well, on this particular radio, if I use the close-up view, all you get is the screen and you can't see the keys I'm punching, so that didn't work. And if I use the other mode, then I'm too far back and you can't even see hardly anything. So I couldn't use that. That's when I resorted to my webcam on my main computer, and it crashed. So now I'm back to using my old laptop, which is across the room. I haven't moved it over to this side of the room because there's just no place to put it, and so I can't really see what I'm doing on screen because it's across the room. But anyway, here we go. I digress. I got a request that since my last video or so, I did some testing of the ATS function, the automatic tuning and storage function. The Grundig 750 does a real good job with that, and it will scan the whole shortwave band and store into memory. It's got 100 temporary memory locations. The stations that it thinks is a strong station. Could be noise. So the gentleman who sent in the request asked me if I would do that same type of testing on the Sangean ATS-909x, which is what this is, and the Texan PL660. Now, so I'm going to start with this one. This one won't take as long, and again, I'm just demonstrating or trying to demonstrate the functionality, not how well it does. Now, as you can see, I think I'm using an external antenna on this Sangean, and there's 2 reasons for that. Number one, I'm in my office, and there's a lot of RF in my office. Matter of fact, I can turn this monitor off that's connected to the computer that keeps crashing. Don't need that monitor on. And the second reason is, if you saw my review of this radio, I noted that the shortwave reception is not very sensitive using the whip antenna. But the shortwave reception using an external antenna is excellent. So right now, it's kind of a bad time of day because I started at 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it was pretty good conditions, and now it's 9 a.m. So the conditions aren't as good for shortwave. And right now I've got tuned to WWV on 10 megahertz. It's coming in pretty good.
At the tone, 13 hours, 59 minutes, Coordinated Universal Time.
Now keep in mind, I'm using the external antenna. Okay, now the way ATS works on this radio is slightly less than the capabilities on the 750 and the PL660. In that, on AM, FM, and long wave, it will do the automatic tuning and store. So it will tune through the band, and if it finds a strong station or strong noise, it will save it into a memory location. But on the shortwave band, it doesn't do that. And another restriction is it only does the scan, so it does do the scan. Okay, thank you. We know what time it is. It does do the scan. It just doesn't store it. It just stops, and then you can decide whether you want to store that particular frequency or not. So I will try to illustrate how this works. So I'm in shortwave, but I have to pick well, I don't have to, because it'll assume wherever I'm at, that's the band I want. But what you would normally do is you would push the SW meter button, and then that's waiting for you to select using the keyboard here what international meter band that you want to listen to, or in this case scan. So I'm going to click, well, it took me too long, so it reverted back to where it was. So I'm going to push it again, and I'm going to select 41 meters, and then it goes to the bottom of the 41 meter band. Ignore the alphanumeric here. This is part of what's stored in memory, and it's not applicable at this point in time. So I'm ready to go. So I go over here to these two buttons, and I push and hold, and it starts scanning. And like I said, this radio will just scan. When it finds a strong signal, it will stop, and then you can store it if you want to in a memory location, or just listen to it. And like I say, I'm not trying to do I'm only doing a functional test right now, or functional demonstration, because band conditions are not that great. So I'm just going to let's see if it finds anything. And then, as you probably noticed, and I didn't notice because I was too busy babbling, is that if it doesn't find anything, it just goes back to the beginning of that meter band and does the scan again. So it's continuously scanning until it finds something. Now, let's go to another meter band. Let's try 49. I usually get some Spanish stations down in this meter band. So we'll start the scan again and see if it finds anything. And notice it's scanning at 0.005 megahertz or 5 kilohertz. You can't change that. It's not finding anything there either. Like I say, it's not a good time of the day. Plus, we got overcast conditions, not the best. So we'll try one more. About 21 meters. Yeah, that that's too high. Try 31 meters. Yeah, let's try that. Maybe we can get Radio Australia to lock in. Okay, there it found something. I had the volume down so you don't hear anything, so I'll turn the volume up. Spanish station. But see, that's the way it works. I don't think we'll see it for a second here. I think it stops and doesn't start again until you tell it to start again. So if you're out of the room at the time it finds something, it'll hold it until you return to the room. So we're going to tell it to continue by pressing, and you can tune from here manually. Say it didn't lock in perfectly. Apparently it did. Yeah. Okay. And then you can also manual tune by hitting these up and down buttons, like that. Or you can go back into scan mode by pushing and holding the button, either button, up or down. There's another one. Another Spanish station. It's another one. There's Tennessee. Loud and clear as usual. Okay, it went up to 10 megahertz. Now, that's interesting. It actually went, I'm trying to think what that meter band, let's see, it's on this little chart here, and I selected, I think, I selected 31 meters. Now notice, even though I started the scan at 31 meters, unlike what the manual told me, it doesn't stay within that band. Boy, I'm confused. I hate to admit it, but as you saw in the first scan I did of the first scan I did of another meter band, it stayed within that band, and it just kept cycling around in that band, and those frequencies that is designated for that meter band. This case, where I did some manual tuning there a little bit, it's now gone outside the band, and it's still scanning. Let's see what happens here. Learn something new every day. Okay, I found another frequency. Okay, now it's up to the 25 meter band. And I found another frequency. Let's see what I found. That's okay, say something like. Oh yeah, good old Tennessee. Okay, we're going to see what it does here. Well, boy, it's finding a lot of stuff on the 25 meter band. Yeah, same guy over and over again. That was another one. Boy. Another Spanish station. Boy. Living in Florida, you get a lot of Spanish stations. Okay, now notice, I believe, it went back and started that 25 meter band scan over again. Let's just try something. I'm learning something here too. Let's go to 41 meters. Let's select 31. Let's select 41. 41 meter band. So we're in the 41 meter band right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, I'm going to put in, whoops, wrong button. I'm going to put in 7 megahertz. Okay, we're not in a meter band. We're below that meter band I was just showing you. So now I'm going to push and hold this tuning button. And it's tuning. So, unlike what the manual said, and I just read the manual a few minutes ago, it says to select a meter band to do this ATS function. And it appears that you can also select a frequency, and it will scan outside that meter band. And now it's in the 41 meter band. Let's see if it goes through the 41 meter band and starts over. Yes, it did. And it found something. See, it started over. So, what I'm trying to show you is that if I manually select a frequency that's outside a meter band, again, let's select like 6500. Whoops, I gotta hit the frequency button first. 6500. Okay. So I'm way down there to 6.5, which was way outside of the 41 meter band. And now we're going to select auto tune, and there it goes. So it is kind of tuning outside the meter band, or auto tuning outside the meter band. But once it gets into a meter band, it appears that it stays in there. So now it's up to the 41 meter band. And we'll see if it cycles in the 41. Yep, see, it just cycled back. So that's a little different than what they say in the manual. In the manual, they say first select a meter band, and then use the ATS function. This is, again, for shortwave. So I learned something today, and hopefully I've demoed the use of ATS on the Sangean 909x for the gentleman who asked for me to do that. Next, in the next video, I will try the PL660. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or corrections, I realize I make a lot of mistakes, so I enjoy comments and corrections. Please leave me a comment or a correction, or you can send me a direct email to TRRS73@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.